Top 15 college interview questions you must prepare for and how to nail each of them. The college interview process can be nerve-wracking, but it doesn't have to be. Learn how to perform well during the interview and show the admissions office representative that you have what it takes to study at the college and contribute to the entire school community to the best of your ability. Watch to see the top interview questions you could be asked, why they're asking, what they're looking for, and how to prepare. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of Sweetie Kiwi. How you doing today? I'm doing fantastic if you were to ask me. If you are doing as great as I am, go grab a cup of coffee or tea or vodka and let's roll. Today I want to talk to you about top 15 college interview questions you must prepare for and how to nail each of them. Number 1, tell me about yourself. This is even actually a question, right? It's something that you might be asked to do in an interview because it is so vague and general, you might have trouble figuring out where to begin. Why are they asking you this? A college is asking you this because they really want to know more about you. They want to know who you are. They want to know where you come from. They want to know what really drives and motivates you. What they're looking for is for you to paint a unique portrait of who you really are. They want you to separate yourself from other applicants. So avoid cliches or descriptions that would be too common, right? How do you prepare for this? Just rehearse answering this question. You can try talking about your hobbies, your interests, your passions. You can even discuss what inspires you or what your friends like about you. Again, you need to be very specific. You want to make yourself memorable. Question number 2. Why are you interested in this college? Why are they asking you this? This is an important question because they want to know that you really want to be in their community, and you definitely need to prepare for this. The thing here is that the application process is kind of convoluted, and they want to make sure you're taking the application process seriously and have a legitimate interest in attending the school. What are they looking for? They want you to talk about your interest in a major or academic program. They want you to talk about the extracurricular activities that attracted you to the college. They want you to talk about the cultural values of the institution. Again, be thorough and specific. Don't talk about things like rankings or prestige. That's fluff. That's just like BS. It's not really BS in the sense that it's not important. It's just that at this particular moment, they're not looking for you to tell them what they know already, right? They know their rankings, they know their prestige. So don't say you just want to go there because it's close to home. None of this shows honest interest in this specific college. How do you prepare for this kind of question? You need to conduct an extensive college research before the interview. Go on the internet, read about the college, read about their values, read about what they have done lately, what kind of program they have introduced, if they have won some kind of tournaments at the sports level. You want to be able to cite specifics when answering this question. Question number 3. Tell me why you want to major in science or arts or math or finance, whatever. If you've indicated to the admissions office that you want to major in a certain subject, you might be asked why you're interested in that particular field. Now, why are they asking you this? Very simple. Colleges want to know that your academic goals are you are an ambitious person intellectually, and they want to see that you are academically inclined. Now, what they're looking for is they want to see a person who is inspirational, but a person who is passionate about something. Don't say you are pursuing a certain college major to make a lot of money or have job security. That's just BS, or that's fluff. Everybody wants to have job security, but why are you choosing finance instead of math? Why are you choosing biology instead of law? That doesn't demonstrate genuine academic interest. It just makes you seem shallow. Now, how do you prepare for this? You want to think deeply about why you want to pursue a specific major. Why do you find it fascinating? Why do you find it enriching, uplifting, interesting? What experiences provoked your interest in the subject, right? How will this particular concentration enable you to reach your future professional goals. Again, here, try to be thorough. No vagueness, no general statements. Question number 4, what are your academic strengths? They just want to know which subjects you're strong in. Why they're asking this? They want to know you as a student. They want to know areas where you are excellent academically and areas where they can help you. See, the institution is trying to also preserve their reputation in terms of academics. So if they know that you are kind of cool, you're strong in one area and a little weak on the other, they might allocate resources, for example, learning center resources, to make sure that you're taking after class tutoring programs. What are they looking for? Don't make the answer to this question very short. Here is your opportunity to shine, the opportunity to elaborate. Don't say, I'm great at technology or I'm great at math. No, when you discuss your academic strengths, you want to explain how you have capitalized on your strength. So for example, if you are an excellent tech lady, how have you used your technological skills to excel in school? How do you plan on continuing to use those strengths in the future? How do you prepare for this? You want to make sure at this point, you need to know your academic strengths. Where are your fortes? You should be able to explain how you recognize your strengths, how you're currently using them, and how you plan to use them in the future. All right. Question number 5. What are your academic weaknesses? How have you addressed them? This question is the exact opposite of the previous one, right? Here, colleges are asking this because they want to admit good students, but they are aware nobody is perfect. That's what I said earlier. They want to be able to allocate their resources strategically to kind of help you become a better student. So if you tell them exactly where you're weak at, they will probably help you by putting extra resources in terms, for example, of tutoring resources to kind of help you. What are they really looking for? Now, colleges and universities want students who can demonstrate their ability to confront and overcome challenges. It's not about being perfect. They want to know that you have identified your own developmental areas and that you are able to come up with strategies or specific approaches to improve your academic weakness. You could tell a specific story about how you managed to do well in a subject that was especially difficult for you. How do you prepare for this? Be aware of your academic weaknesses, so subjects where you're not really that good, and how you have been able to address them in the past, or how you are currently addressing them. So it's not just good to say that you don't have any weaknesses. That's not believable. Nobody will believe you, right? Even if you are the smartest student in the class, you certainly have a weakness. We all do. And the last thing you want is to be seen as somebody who comes up as arrogant. No, you have weaknesses, recognize them, and tell the admissions officers how you have been working on them right now, and how you want to work on them in the future. All right, don't go anywhere. I will be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of Sweetie Kiwi. We're also having a conversation here around the top 15 college interview questions you must prepare for and how to nail each of them. Let's keep on going. Question number 6. Tell me what you plan to contribute to this institution. They're asking you this because the university or college want to make sure that they're getting someone who can make a positive contribution to campus and academic life, right? So they're just looking for students who will make their school better. And you can't blame them. Everybody wants that, right? Even if you have a company, you want to hire employees who will make your company better. Now, what they're looking for, they want specifics. Don't try to be vague here. Don't try to be generic. Don't just say you will contribute a good work ethic and a regards for others, or I will bring my good humor, or I'll bring my great personality. No, that's fluff. If there is specific research you wish to pursue, if there is a leadership position in an extracurricular activity you want to pursue, if there are any specific community services that community service projects you want to do, how will your presence on campus and in the classroom make a difference, right? And how to prepare for this, you want to know the specific contributions you want to make to the school. You want to identify your college goals as well as the activities you want to pursue while you are at the university. Question number 7, where do you see yourself 10 years from now? This is kind of question that even professionals dread, professional workers, so they're asking you this also, and in college already. Now they're asking because they want to make sure that you have ambition. Nobody has some kind of nobody can read the future, right? Nobody have any magic ball, right? But they want to make sure that you have direction, that you have drive, you have ambition. Colleges understand that you probably won't have everything decided and your plans are likely to change. They want to see a man or a woman, a young man or a young woman who has ambition. What they're looking for is students who are motivated to achieve their goals. So the bad general answer is to only say you expect to have a fulfilling career and be making a positive impact on the world. Again, this kind of statement is so fluffy. Nobody wants that. You want to tell the admissions officer the specific activities you like to do. How do you plan on impacting the world? You don't have to limit your plans to professional goals. Life is wonderful. Life is multidimensional. Life does not stop at work. So if you have, let's say you want to take your dad on a vacation, or you want to have weekly gatherings with your best friends from high school, something that is aspirational. It's okay. How do you prepare for this? Well, the easiest way to do this is to write down some detailed notes answering these questions. You want to imagine yourself in 10 years. You want to paint a picture of the life you would want to have in 10 years, right? This is the kind of life that will reveal your uniqueness, how idiosyncratic your life will be, your idiosyncratic personality, your unique personality. Question number 8. What would you change about your high school? Now, you have to understand this kind of question is tricky, and never go out and start talking negatively, start talking bad about your college or university or high school. They're asking you this because they're looking for your ability to identify problems. And most importantly, they want to see if the kind of stuff you're looking for in a school, right? So if they know what you would change in your former in your former high school, they get a chance to learn more about what matters to you. What are they looking for? A university wants a thoughtful response here. So you want to be respectful and specific, right? Never criticize your high school leadership or the institution itself just for the sake of criticizing. You want to make it clear that you are trying to improve your school to benefit the personal and academic growth of all students. What I'm trying to say here is that if they ask you what you would change, you can talk, for example, about the program, about the athletic ambition, about the extracurricular activities, but you also always want to do this in a very polite and respectful way. How do you prepare for this? You want to think about the strengths and weaknesses of your high school. If you've been in that school for 3-4 years or even longer, chances are you know that the school in and out. So you can talk about what the specific problems were, what are the consequences of those problems, and what step you would take as a student or as a boss, hypothetically, what steps you would take to make improvements. Question number 9. Who is your favorite person in the world? Now, they're asking you this because they just want to know what kind of dreams you have. They want to know the person you model yourself after. They want to know your role model. For example, if you admire Ariana Grande, colleges might wonder about your priorities. But if you're able to twist it in a way that, okay, she's a wonderful artist, she's a talented artist, she's done a lot of great stuff, then yeah, the person doesn't matter, but you have to be able to back it up. Of course, I don't have to tell you that you should not pick a criminal as a role model, right? Not just to pass a college interview, but also in life. You want to pick people who have positive impact on the world or on you, on your community. Now, what are they looking for really? They are looking for how you go about answering the question. It's not just about naming the person. It's about why you admire that person, right? You can say, oh, I admire, as I said earlier, Ariana Grande. Okay, cool. Why? What specifically has that artist done that you admire her so much? Never forget the detail. How do you prepare for this answer? You want to think thoroughly about your response to this question. So if the person you admire is somebody you know, you want to practice by giving your answer to that person. You will know you've answered the question well if you are rewarded with a hug, for example, or even a few tears from your audience. Question 10. Tell me about your favorite book. Now, why are they asking you this? They want to see your interest. They probably want to make sure that you actually read books and you just don't spend your time playing Fortnite or Nintendo, right? What they're looking for is they want to see what inspires you. So don't limit your answers to the name of the book. Think about why you like that book so much. Did a particular character resonate with you? Have you learned something from this book that maybe have molded, have changed, they have influenced your opinions or behavior, right? Does this book help shape your perspective or values? So those are really important things you have to think about. And when you answer the question, if you want to draw the attention of the admissions officers, you need to package the answer in a wonderful way. Because how do you prepare for this? You need to think about the books you have read that you connected with and why. And you need to read books. If you don't read, you need to read books. If you haven't read a book so far and you go into a college interview question, please read one book on a topic that interests you. All right? I will speak to you right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of Sweetie Q. We're also having a conversation here around 15 college interview questions you must prepare for and how to nail each of them. If you love the clarity and quality of the content so far, please consider subscribing to our channel and turn on the notification bell so you are informed in real time whenever we drop a new show. We drop shows around a variety of topics, and we appreciate our supporters watching our videos, sharing, liking, and commenting. Question number 11. Why do you want to go to college? Why are they asking you this? Schools are just trying to understand that you are driven enough to pursue higher education. What they're looking for, they want people and students and applicants who have clear goals, who are driven, as I said before. They want to accomplish something by attending college. Remember, a college is a means to reach an end. It also can be an end, but it really depends on how you see your life. The admissions officers don't want to hear that you want to go to college because your parents are making you go to college, or you cannot attend, or you just want to be able to attend wild parties, crazy parties on campus. You want to emphasize how college will allow you to pursue your passions, will allow you to grow as a person, will aid in your intellectual and professional aspirations. Be specific. You want to tell them what your goals are, what your passions are. How will college give you an opportunity to pursue those options, right? How do you prepare for that? Check out the pros and cons of each passion you have, each activities you have, each ambition you have, and only focus on the pros. All right. Question number 12. How do you spend your free time? The admissions officers, by asking you this question, just want to have a better sense of your general interest and overall personality. What are they looking for? They're looking for what kind of interest you have. Are you an intellectually inclined person? Are you a physically inclined person? Are you an emotionally inclined person? Are you a creative person? They're just trying to understand what kind of personality you have. Try to avoid general answers such as I want to hang out with friends. No. You have to be specific. Do you read books? Do you read textbooks? Do you do math problems? Do you watch political shows? Do you play lacrosse? Whatever you do, you need to be very, very careful and thorough in answering the question. How do you prepare for that? You already know what you do for fun, so you don't have to prepare for this kind of question. The thing here is that you need to spend some time though on the why you enjoy these activities, right? They want to see precision. They want to see specifics, not just because I love eating eating pasta, or I love eating pizza with my friends. Okay, but why you love doing that? So you need to go a step further in explaining to the admissions officer the intent of your actions, the intent of your passion. Question number 13. Tell me an obstacle you've faced and how you overcame it. Okay, why are they asking this? A university asking this wants to know if you faced and overcome any substantial challenges in your life, right? They want to know that you've had a big aha moment and how you overcame that challenge. The university also wants to see that you are persistent, that you are resilient, that you're strong, that you're courageous, and you're willing to work hard in order to overcome these obstacles. What they're looking for, it's okay if you haven't had major obstacles in your life. Even if you've had some, it's okay to tell them the truth about what happened. Of course, I'm not asking you here to divulge secrets about your family or yourself, but you want to pick something, an occurrence, a circumstance, a souvenir that is not as a secret as possible, and you want to explain again how you are able to get that done, how you are able to overcome or tame the obstacle, right? You can look at things in your home life, in a school, or an extracurricular activity. You can explain how the obstacle challenged you, and emphasize what exactly you did to overcome it. How to prepare for this kind of question? Think of a significant challenge you had in your life and how you dealt with it. You want to think about how you were able to overcome the problem, what you learned from the problem, how you solved it, whether or not this problem changed or influenced the way you address similar problems. Question number 14. What makes you unique? This question harks back to the very first question I spoke about in this show, which is tell me about yourself. Whereas the tell me about yourself was very vague and broad, this one, what makes you unique, is very specific. Now, college admissions officers are asking this question because they basically want to see what makes you unique, what makes you idiosyncratic. Now, it can be hard to put into words exactly what separates you from other people, but try. What are they looking for? They want to get to know you better. You can talk about a quality you have or a personality trait in myriad ways. You want to give examples and stories that demonstrate those qualities, right? Do you have some kind of uncommon goals? Do you practice uncommon sports, for example? Is your background very unique? Your parents, your grandparents, where you live, where you grew up at? Those are things you can talk about, of course, as long as they help boost your candidacy. How do you prepare for this? Well, you need to do some kind of serious brainstorming here. This is not the kind of question that you have just to get up and start thinking about it. No, it takes time. It takes trials and errors. It takes some kind of tweaks and edit and write. And preferably, I would suggest that you write things down. You write the story down, and it can be in one paragraph, a few lines here and there, 3 or 4 lines, and that's what you need. You want to write something specific about you, the attributes, the anecdotes that you can share that demonstrate your idiosyncrasy, your uniqueness, right? Where around whom do you feel more comfortable? What makes you the proudest? What charitable causes are you most passionate about, right? This kind of stuff. Question number 15. What would you do to improve this college if you were given a chance? This is a great question because it is a twist on the earlier questions that they ask you about what would you change in your former high school. Now they're asking you to tell them what you would change about this college. That's fantastic. They're asking you this because they want to know what you really think about their college. Now, it is a general question, right? But you can answer this question if you've done research before, because what they're looking for, they want you to understand, the schools want to understand your train of thoughts. Now, to prepare for this kind of question, you need again to do some serious brainstorming, do some research about the school in advance, and you want to read about them in the news. You go on the internet, you just go to Google, you go to the news section and type that school in the news section, and you can see what journalists have written about the schools in the last 12 months, or what the community has said about the school, or if there are other problems. If you have insiders, you have relatives or friends who have already attended or who are still attending the college, they will tell you what the problems are. So you want to pick one problem, right? And you want to be able to think it through and say what you would improve, and try to be as polite and thoughtful as possible. I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of Sweetie Q. We're also having a conversation. This is the last section here. I'm talking to you about the top 15 college interview questions you must prepare for and how to nail each of them. Now, how do you prepare for college interview questions? Now, for each of the 15 questions that I just told you, I recommend that you jot down some notes so that you can remember key points or details. I'm not saying here you have to completely write out your answers and then memorize them. No. You want to use your creative side. Your brain is perfectly capable to remember the key points in an answer. So the way you speak in an interview should be conversational. It should not appear rehearsed. It should not appear robotic. No, you want to be comfortable. You want to be relaxed, and you want to be able to answer the question very, very comfortably. But it is important to rehearse beforehand, to practice, right? Remember that you need to be as specific and detailed as possible. Right? So learn to separate yourself from the other applicants being interviewed. You want the admissions officers to remember you, to know that there is something going on with this candidate, that he's good, that she's good, right? It's also very important to review your personal statement. Your personal statement likely has some details or stories you can incorporate in some of your answers. Now, how do you answer questions you didn't prepare for? This is the biggie that a lot of students have had in the past. I personally also several years ago have had that problem where you just prepare, you do the preparation, you get in front of the officers and they ask you a question that you didn't prepare for. Now, regardless of how much you prepare, you will almost definitely be asked a question you weren't expecting. It's just part of life. Don't be nervous about it. You can give an honest, detailed answer. As long as you are thoughtful and professional, you shouldn't worry too much about surprise questions. Okay? One of the things that you can also do, and I've done this in the past, is to include some details from the other questions you have prepared for in your responses, right? So, for instance, if they're asking you what are your academic strengths, and you didn't prepare for that, you can talk about what makes you unique. For example, right? Let's say you have an interest in reading 18th century poetry, for example. Now, they're asking you, how strong are you academically? You can say something like, well, I believe that one of my academic strength is curiosity. And as a matter of fact, I love 18th century poetry or 17th century English poetry, whatever it is, right? So if you want to get more comfortable with the interview process, you need to practice. You can have a friend or parent or a colleague ask you questions about yourself, and then you respond as if you were in the interview. This is an impeccable way to prepare you for the real deal and give you more confidence. Remember, the more you practice, the better, and try to be as specific and detailed as possible. All right, folks. So this is it. Top 15 college interview questions rather, you must prepare for and how to nail each of them. Number 1, tell me about yourself. Number 2, why are you interested in this college? 3, tell me why you want to major in this major or in this field. What are your academic strengths? What are your academic weaknesses? Have you addressed them? Tell me what you plan to contribute to the institution. Where do you see yourself 10 years from now? What would you change about your high school? Who is your favorite person in the world? Tell me about your favorite book. Why do you want to go to college? How do you spend your free time? Tell me an obstacle you faced and how you overcame it. What makes you unique? What would you do to improve this college if you were given a chance? Now, there are some pro tips I just want to say before I finish here. Remember that a university interview gives admissions officer an opportunity to learn more about you. They want to know about you, your interest, and how you'll be able to contribute to the school. Now, a lot of times before you go, make sure that you check the institution's website, and you can contact their admissions office to determine whether the interviews are offered and how to schedule one, right? They can have interviews on campus, they can have it or off campus near where you live. Now, if you have the option of getting interviewed, always go for it, because this is your time to shine. This is your opportunity to shine. Okay. And the thing here is that don't stress too much about the interview. No, this is just something, as long as you prepare for it, you should be fine. The interview will also give you an opportunity to learn more about the school, and will help you decide whether this is a great opportunity for you. This is a great fit for you. All right. I will see you another time. Don't go anywhere. Right after this. No, I think we're finished. Yes, we are finished. Thank you for listening. I will see you next time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.